Welcome to StenchCast.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to StenchCast. We are your hosts, Pench
and Smench.
And today, we're sorry. We missed a week again. Shut up. And same thing. It wasn't like we got lazy. Like, I don't want to do. It's just we forgot. And I can't really be too upset about it because after not doing StenchCast for like a year, obviously it's hard to get back into that rhythm. We are 2 months into the summer, so that kind of sucks. But, you know, it is what it is. But anywho, I guess I could start us off. I'm currently playing Dark Tide, and I'm playing the newest update, which is the Skitarii update. I'm playing as my Skitarii. I've already got him maxed out. I'm really not much of an Adeptus Mechanicus guy. If you're not a fan of Warhammer, everything I'm about to say and just said is gibberish. When they announced they were doing a new class before they added the Arbitrator, everyone was hoping for Skitarii then, and I thought, Adeptus Mechanicus is kind of lame. I'm fine with them not doing that. I'm sure I just made a lot of people mad. But
you've been no one mad. There's no one watching.
I was. That's a good point, actually.
One person that isn't a Warhammer
I was just
fan.
going to say, if we did have fans, two of them would be mad because two of them are Warhammer fans, and one, they're both Imperium fans, but only one of them is actually a Adeptus Mechanicus fan. But anyway, then they added the Hive Scum, and I knew Skitarii was probably next. And I thought, I hope they just get it over with, so that way we can move on and do something different. I don't know what the fuck they could do for the next class. And I felt the same way for the Tech Marine with Space Marine 2. I'm very happy that Tech Marine is out of the way. Even now, I'm not really a fan of the class. I'm not into the Adeptus Mechanicus. They don't interest me, like, at all. But unlike with the Tech Marine, the Skitarii is... I'm quite a fan of it. It is my favorite class in a while. His penances are really fucking annoying, and I kind of hate them. But I will say he is a very enjoyable class with some really strong abilities. Really strong abilities that can be very inconsistent. His Cord Claw is great. It's fantastic. It does its job just fine. It's basically just...
I
don't mind my outfit, though. My outfit's fine.
Right. People are talking in-game, and quite frankly, that's not
I just need maybe a helmet, but I don't think you play a separate... Oh, can you?
Voice chat volume, all the way down. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm quite a fan of the Skitarii, and it's actually got me in... I don't know, an Adeptus Mechanicus mood, if you will. I'm still not... like a big proponent of them, but but yeah, that's the update I'm playing. I'm quite a fan. In other gaming news, Microsoft is continuing to not just shoot themselves in the foot, but kind of just repeatedly stab themselves in the dick and balls.
As you do.
And wondering, like, why am I bleeding? Dude, what the fuck? Anyway. Dude, what the fuck? Why does this hurt? Microsoft is going to be deciding at the time of this recording, I don't know if it's tonight or later, but at some point they, within the next like 24 hours, are going to be deciding what to do with a bunch of Xbox game dev studios. Including Arcane, which is making the Blade game, and Undead Labs, which is making State of Decay 3. Two games that are pretty well into development. They've been being developed for a couple years, and I can't really speak for Blade, but I know State of Decay is far enough along that it's almost feature complete. They've had people actually playing the game for quite some time. So if Undead Labs shuts down, that's gonna really fucking suck for them and State of Decay fans. I've been looking forward to the game, but I'm not really holding my breath on it. State of Decay 2 is fine, but I think it has a lot of problems. But it would suck either way to see such a well fleshed out game just kind of get fucked over. You know, you work for years on this project and your bosses basically just say, actually, fuck you, you're not doing this anymore. You're out of a job, and also you're not allowed to work on the IP anymore because now it's ours. You forfeit all of your IPs when we fire you. So that sucks. That really sucks. And that's not really changing anytime soon. That's kind of just the way the industry is, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. What about you, John? Do you have any fun gaming news?
Not really about, like, overall gaming, but I could talk a little bit about some personal gaming news, I guess.
Yeah.
In terms of like videos, I guess. I mean, not really, because I'm still just working on like one video still, but give a little update on that, I guess. It's coming on. I'm a bit distracted because I'm trying to turn on the volume.
My volume's at 15%.
Yeah.
Dark Tide is a loud ass game.
Okay.
Actually, speaking of which, what game are you playing? I don't think I asked.
Well, I'm playing freaking Kingdom Hearts again. So I like that game. But it's either mute or it's either mute or audio. There's not really a quiet, unfortunately, in the place on that. So just got to play with that volume here if I want to talk without being distracted. But yeah, the video's coming along well. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it probably in the past 2 episodes because it has been a little bit I've been working on it here. But the funny video, I don't remember if I said what it is, but I'll just say it anyway because no one's gonna watch it. But the RL crap video is coming along pretty well.
There you go.
Got some good edits, some funny edits, and it's still taking a bit. A good reason why it has been taking longer than I had originally anticipated is because I have been working quite a lot at my actual real-life job.
Yeah.
Especially recently. Let me see, what day? I think it was the 17th. Let me just double check, fact check that. Yes. So from the 17th of this month, June, to, I want to say the 3rd? Yeah, the 3rd of July. I am scheduled, and have been scheduled for every single day. So I haven't really had, yeah, indeed. So I haven't had, a whole lot of time on my hands. Now, it's not like I'm working 8-hour shifts every day. Some of them have been 8-hour shifts, but not every single one of them. And, but they have been shifts nonetheless. And it does make it a little bit hard to find time to edit, especially whenever half my day is already, well, not half, but a chunk of my day is already spent working, and I, come home or before work. I'm kind of just like, well, I kind of don't want to edit because that's just more work, and I don't want to work before work and after work and just have everything be work, work, work.
Yeah.
So I haven't really had a whole lot of time to get around to editing, as well as streaming. I do want to get back to streaming again, and I tried streaming. I did stream like fucking 2 weeks ago by now. Goddamn. And haven't been able to. Haven't had time. Again. And it's just kind of been all over the place a little bit, but thankfully the end is within sight. The main reason why I've been working so much is because one of my coworkers has been gone on maternity leave, and another coworker just
Fucking
recently
stupid
had
piece
to...
of shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Can't believe it.
But another coworker of mine had to take off like a week or two because she just had surgery, and she's been recovering from that. But both of them are coming back to work next week. Not next week. Next week. So, which I'm going to date the episode, it's the 30th, which is probably going out tomorrow. But
it will.
Again, yeah. But again, we haven't had much time to do this either.
Well, you haven't. I'm a chud.
Yeah. Well, I own up to a little bit of chudding as well. I have my fair share of chud time, but I do a lot of working as well. But yeah, by next week, I have 3 days off next week, so that is going to be very nice. And I say 3 days off, but I mean, if I get editing done on some of those days, maybe it won't count. But I don't know. Hubba-da. There's been a lot. Been pretty stressed out, but again, and the end is in sight. The end is near. I honestly really should. I've been thinking about trying to take like some sort of vacation, which I'm not. Vacation, I use that term loosely. I'm not fucking going anywhere. If I go on a vacation, it's gonna be I'm calling off for a week, like ahead of time, and then I'm just shutting out for a week. Like, I'm not actually going anywhere because, one, I don't have the money, and two, I don't have the desire to go anywhere. I just need an extended period of time to just fully shut out and relax and not have to worry about anything. But I have no idea when I want to do that, but I really should at some point, because I've been working at Subway for almost, maybe 5 years, almost 5 years. The end of August would be 5 years on the dot, 31st. So it's about 2 months out from 5 years of working at Subway, and I think the last time I've requested off more than like 2 or 3 days was when I graduated high school, and that was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's been like 3 years since I've had a proper vacation, and even that was, I mean, it could have been counted as a vacation because I took the week off because, one, I had graduation, and two, out-of-state friend was visiting, so that whole week was just me hanging out with friends. But it was also graduation. There's still like some stuff to stress out about, but it very well could have been considered a vacation. And that was the last sort of vacation I had. So I think I'm pretty well overdue for a nice vacation of sorts.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my busy schedule. But I think since I'm on the topic of work, I'll go into one of my few work stories. I think I'll start off with just one work story and pass it off to you after that, because pretty much all I have left is work stories, because that's all I've been doing these past like 2 weeks. But I'll start off with just one story here, and the story that I'm going to start off with is sort of a continuation on, not a specific story from last episode, but I believe I did talk a little bit about people coming in at like 5 minutes before we close. I think there was like 1 or 2 incidents at that point that I reported on the podcast, and because I remember touching upon it and getting very, very angry, because it's probably the thing that makes me the most angry in this world, and unfortunately it's only since continued.
Besides getting knifed in Black Ops 2 gun.
Yeah, that's a close. Honestly, that's a close second. I think people coming in. I think I'd rather have that happen to me again than have another person come in 5 more minutes before we close, because it's probably going to get to the point where I'm going to be knifing them in the back in Call of Duty Black Ops multiplayer, not in real life. But
yeah,
it's like a curse. Well, not so much anymore, but for a while there, it was like a curse. For like 2 weeks, every single time I closed, without fail, someone would come in. 5 minutes before we closed, and it was, that was like the most amount of stress I think I've gotten from like any one incident. Maybe not, but it's very close. And oh my god, it's like it's just anger. The only thing, like even writing out, because I have a little notepad or a window open on my computer here, writing down topics, and even while writing down this topic, I could not contain my anger, and was just typing out like the most heinous, obscene things about these people. Not anyone in particular, just I'm just going to refer to it as the people, like a congregation of people that do this. And I just could not contain any amount of anger. It's just so infuriating.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, that's basically what's been happening. Because most of my shifts I do work are night shifts. I think I worked usually about one day in a week. I'll open, and not even open, just a morning shift in general. There have been a few like opening / morning shifts I've had this week. There have been a few like 8-hour shifts that I've had to come in for like early in the morning. Not early in the morning, but in the morning, and then it goes till night shift basically. But
Right.
So most of my shifts being night shift closing, and pretty much every single one of them having someone come in 5 minutes before closing, and it's like, biggest reason why I think I really need to get some sort of vacation underway. It is
a different job.
No, genuinely, if people, it's not the job, it's the people.
Yeah.
It's always, because it's customer service. I mean, that is the job. But it's if people didn't come in the store after, like, genuinely, this weekend was fine. No one did that. No one came in 5 minutes before we closed this weekend. It's like the first time I've had that happen in fucking 2 weeks. And it was like the most peaceful shift of all time. I went home a happy man. I was not furious, boiling with anger. I was happy. I was content with the shift. I went home and, I was fine. But those nights when I go in and there's some motherfucker coming in like five minutes before we close, it's like, you are going to die. Like I'm going to strangle you in Minecraft. But it's been rough. Actually, there was a close call. I think it was this Saturday. It wasn't like someone coming in 5 minutes before closing, but there was like, I think it was like I want to say it was like 7:40, and there was already like, I was making a sandwich for this one guy, and there's this family of 4 that pulls in at 7:40, and I'm like, oh, which is 20 minutes before we close, and I was like, oh my god, no. And of course, the guy that was already in there that I was making the sandwiches for, he had absolutely no idea what the fuck was going on, like at all, because he was ordering he ordered like 2 footlongs, and for each footlong, I forget if he was like just trying to think of what he wanted or if he was reading off a phone, but it was like, all right, what kind of bread do you want? He was like, I think, and I'm like, I'm gonna jump over this counter and beat the fuck out of you if you don't make up your goddamn mind.
Amen.
And then, of course, family of 4 comes in, and I think I was already like a little bit behind at that point, because even though, again, no one came in after like 5 minutes before we closed, it was still pretty busy in the last hour. I think the last hour of the shift was somehow the busiest hour of the entire day, which kind of pissed me off a little bit. But it wasn't that bad again, because no one came in 5 minutes before close. Oh, that's the only thing that matters. Like the only thing. Again, the family of 4 came in at 7:40, but they did turn around and leave, and I was so thankful. Like that was like the best thing to ever happen to me in my life in the past 2 weeks. Oh, that was like fucking witnessing Santa Claus come down the chimney and put presents under your tree. Like that's what I imagine that feeling is like.
Frolicking in the flower fields.
Yeah. Like it was such a nice feeling. And no one else came in the entire night, and it was a smooth, easy close, and I went home very happy. Well, not happy, because there was nothing to be happy about, but it was... I wasn't mad. I didn't go home furious, angry, and homicidal. So, that's a win in my book.
Yeah. Amen.
So I'm going to pass off my angry storytelling to give you the floor to your next topic, so I can cool down a little bit.
Well, I don't know if any of the two people watching remember, but last year, around this time actually, well, next month it will have been a year ago, I almost died, and not in like an exaggeratory way. I actually just almost fucking died. We had a chemical gas incident at my house involving chlorine.
Yeah.
And, well,
You became the star of the new Saw movie coming out?
Is that one of the kills?
No, I've never seen Saw. The only thing I know about Saw is watching Germa play House Flipper, and the entire time he's like making up this scenario that the house he's building is like the Saw house, and he's gonna trap people in rooms and fill the rooms with gas.
W. Jerma.
Yeah.
But no, we're in the midst of cleaning our pool again, and we're not doing it the same way we did last year. So,
Hope not.
yeah. Which
It was fun. I want to do it again.
Long story short, we used this chemical compound called Zapit, which I believe is bleach and chlorine, and it comes in these big buckets, and you dump water in it. You pour water out of like your hose or your faucet. Probably should do it with a hose. And for some odd reason, while my mom was filling it up, it had a really bad chemical reaction and just kind of blew up. I remember like looking at it and being like, should steam or smoke or whatever that is be rising from it? I feel like that's not normal. And then before I even get the chance to say anything, my mom looks back at it and drops the bucket onto the floor. And
Frank.
it just spews chlorine gas into the entire house. And I went back in to get my dogs out. My mom wanted to. I wouldn't let her. Because she is... obviously, no offense to her, but she's slow. She's over 50 years old. And I didn't want her breathing that shit in. I wasn't thinking. I was sprinting and didn't cover my face and wasn't really controlling my breathing. So I breathed a lot of it in when I was getting my dogs and my mom's fiance out of the house. He was upstairs, didn't know what was happening. And I ended up in the emergency room with, what was it called? Chemical pneumonitis. But yeah, we are cleaning the pool again this year, and the smell of chlorine, like, I remember at the time thinking it would freak me the fuck out and, like, I don't know, cause some sort of episode, because, it was a near-death experience. I can still vividly remember, like, laying in the hospital bed, not being able to breathe, as it, like, actively got harder to fucking breathe. But, like, there was a small amount of panic in the back of my mind when I first got a whiff of it, like, every time I got a whiff of it. But, thankfully, like, I don't know, I'm not fucking hyperventilating or anything like that. But, yeah, I don't know, just surprised me. I thought I'd be a little more fucked up by it. I thought I'd be more panicky about the smell of chlorine. Because back when it happened, I was telling Joe before we recorded this, so he's kind of just hearing the same conversation twice. Back when it happened, I remember every time I would get even the faintest whiff of chlorine, which of course I was, because there were still traces of it in my lungs and in my esophagus, and I was still actively, like, sneezing and coughing up, well, not sneezing, more just coughing and retching, chunks of chlorine-ridden mucus. So the smell was still, like, inside of my fucking body. So anytime I got a whiff of it, which was often, I would do, like, multiple rounds walking around my entire house, sniffing the air to make sure that I couldn't smell it anywhere, and that it was just what I was still smelling in my nose. And I thought maybe that instinct would hit me again, but it didn't. There was a slight, like, oh fuck, for a split second every time I got a whiff of it, but again, I was fine. Yeah. It's just neat to think about, I guess. Talking about it, I guess from an outside perspective, it probably doesn't sound so interesting, but you know.
It's definitely interesting for you, as it almost claimed your life.
Yeah, I think people will understand that.
Yeah.
So you're trying to justify, like, oh yeah, sorry for talking about my near-death experience. No, in other news, we don't really get into politics on this channel, and I won't.
For good reason.
But there was an interesting event that happened recently, which was that the birthright...
Elected.
Yeah, I was elected. I'm president. Yeah, they forced me to be on the Republican ticket, so I'm going to have to ruin everyone's quality of life. Sorry.
Yeah. They also resurrected Abraham Lincoln, and he's going to be the next president as well.
Well, that might not be the worst. He might actually just shoot himself.
Man, what the fuck happened in this country? I'm done. Put me back.
But no, there was a law being passed around the three branches of government, which would revoke birthright citizenship, which is one of the pillars of the Constitution. And, you know, for the party that constantly totes constitutional rights not being infringed, they seemed pretty heavily into infringing on this constitutional right. Thankfully, when it got to the Supreme Court, it didn't pass. So, you know, birthright citizenship is still a thing. It's not going away. But it was kind of scary how close it came to not being passed. Apparently, it was a 5-4 vote. So, just barely got majority.
Yeah.
Which is fucking terrifying to think about how close we came to, again, one of the most important pieces of the Constitution just being revoked. That would set a really dangerous precedent. And I'm not one of those people that, like, only believes in the Constitution when it comes to things I agree with. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in First Amendment rights. I'm not, you know... Yeah, I think it's interesting how close we got to something like that being just stomped on.
I think we should get rid of all the amendments and destroy the entire country. You just start over.
Honestly, if...
You know what? You make a good point.
If that were the other option to what is being attempted, I might say yes. We might need a restart. A little refresh button. But yeah, I find that neat in a terrifying way. Yeah. Oh. I almost just died. Again.
In real life.
Yep, the chlorine almost got me again. What's funny about that is, like, at the time, I knew shit was bad because of the context I have of chlorine gas from my knowledge of history. It was used in World War One. It was a different kind of chlorine gas. It was chlorine bromine. But also, another thing that helped me to realize the situation was bad is that, hey, there's gas here, and it kind of stings to breathe, and now it really hurts to breathe. We should probably not be in it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this applies to chlorine bleach gas, but for chlorine bromine gas, I was looking into it for a presentation I gave the first semester of this past year. And I found out that the reason chlorine bromine gas is so deadly is because when it hits your lungs, it creates a chemical reaction that produces hydrochloric acid in your lungs.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know if it does that for the bleach chlorine, but I'm sure it's not too dissimilar. But yeah, a lot of facts in a way that is terrifyingly neat. Neatly terrifying? I don't know. Trying to think of other gaming stories. There's not really a whole lot. We don't really have a whole lot of games coming out besides GTA 6. Oh! Actually, since the last episode, GTA 6 pre-orders have gone live, and with that, they gave us a bunch of screenshots and artwork of the game. So we have new content to look over, which is neat. Joe will not be getting GTA 6 because he doesn't really care about GTA. And doesn't have a console.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have, what, two? You have your PS4 and your PS2? Right?
Yeah, I have quite a few consoles actually, but no like actual like new gen.
Yeah.
Consoles.
Well, what's crazy is it's more like current gen now because PlayStation has already announced, yeah, we're doing the PS6.
Yeah.
You know, we like have literally no ability whatsoever to account for supply and demand for the console we're currently making. Yeah. It's sequel time. Yeah, we'll just make a new one.
Fuck the PS5 anyway. We'll just make a PS6.
Yep.
And I have to get a PS6. I'm contractually.
Yeah, that's what you're actually waiting
contractually obligated because I have the 2 and 4, so I have to get all the even PlayStations.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, except for the odd ones because they're evil.
Yep. I have a Series X, so I will be playing GTA 6. Thing that sucks though, the base game will be $80. Which, yeah, you can say like, oh yeah, it is the most highly anticipated piece of media ever. Not just in recent history, just straight up ever. The fucking Star Wars prequels didn't have this much hype. This much riding on it. Alright, well, I just watched 2 of my teammates get absolutely fucking thunder cunted off the edge and died instantly.
Epic.
So that kind of sucks. But it is what it is.
Not really. Yeah.
Just me and the other Skatari left. That's pretty funny. But, oh, and there's a fucking boss here. That's awesome. And my other teammate is dangling off the edge. Sick. Fucking dipshit. Oh, yeah. But the Ultimate Edition for GTA 6 will be $100, and will have exclusive shops and whatnot to that edition of the game. Multiple vehicle mod shops, a hair salon, a tattoo parlor. It's not pretty. So that's, I think, killed some of the hype for the game. I think hundreds of thousands of people are still going to be buying the Ultimate Edition. I really hate to say it because normally I am very against mindless consumerism and whatnot, but I will absolutely be getting the Ultimate Edition. I have been waiting for this game for 13 fucking years.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say 13. I don't know if I got bored of GTA 5 that quickly, but close to a decade at the very least. Like, if a Halo 3 remaster came out, I wouldn't be this excited for it. But yeah, the number one, the regular edition being $80 fucking dollars, because they know they can get away with it. They could have made it 160 and more than likely still would have gotten away with it.
Yeah.
And also locking so much shit, so much like weird shit behind that that extra $20. Shops like that really rubs me the wrong way. But it's GTA 6. I'm sorry. I'm getting the game. But again, as for gaming news, that's about it. We don't really have a whole lot coming up. We have a lot of games that have been delayed that were coming out same year as GTA 6, around that same time frame, at the very least. And they're no longer coming out in those times because GTA 6 is genuinely something that even outside of video games, companies fear. I saw this thing where it's like a auto parts company or some shit. Burger Automobiles or something. I don't know, a dealership.
Burger.
I don't know. They're called Burger something. I don't remember. They put out like a company statement being like, yeah, we're aware that on November 19th, I think it is, a massive chunk of our employees will be sick or visiting Vice City, as we have been informed. So we are closing operations for that day.
That's awesome.
Like, this is something that even outside of video games, again, video game companies, that companies fear. This is a legitimate fear from these companies. And that's insane to me. And it, again, shows you, like, this is the most anticipated piece of media ever. I genuinely can't think of a case in which any show, book, movie, or video game has ever had this much attention. The closest I can think of is Halo 3. The overnight, like the midnight lines for that were fucking insane. So insane that Bill Gates himself showed up to get a copy of Halo 3. Doubt he played it. Fucking loser. But I don't think even that compares to this. Because Rockstar has built up such an insane reputation for quality, besides remasters, that, like, I don't know. It's unprecedented. It's not something that, like, I've never seen something this hyped up before. Can you think of any time that something that has been this hyped up? Game, book, movie, TV show?
I mean, not really. I mean, I think, honestly, the closest thing for me might be Hollow Knight's Silk Song.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I mean, that was another thing that was, everyone was like, please, when is it coming out? When is it coming out? And then it finally came out, and it was like really fucking big.
Another one of those games like Slay the Spire 2 and Deltarune Chapter 5 that broke Steam. You can always tell when a new game that a lot of people are looking forward to come out if it's not on a Tuesday, because that's when Steam does their server maintenance. If it's not on a Tuesday and suddenly nothing on Steam works, you can count on a new indie game being released that has a massive cult following. I've witnessed that firsthand. I forget what it was, but another game came out at the same day that Slay the Spire did, I think. And it was pissing me off that I couldn't buy it because Slay the Spire was breaking fucking Steam. I don't think it was Space Marine.
I was pissed off when Hollow Knight's Silk Song released because I couldn't buy that.
I remember.
I was like, at work, like, desperately trying, like, please let me buy the game.
Yeah. March 5th. What else came out March 5th? 2026.
Oh, that one game, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
it
besides that,
might
I don't
have
think any other
not.
games.
But even then, like I don't think that will ever meet the same level of. Yeah, I don't. I might be wrong. It might have been a different game. Either way, I don't think even Hollow Knight will meet the same level of hype that if Half-Life 3 were announced to being made tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no.
Never.
Yeah.
But I don't think even Half-Life 3 would amount to the same amount of hype that GTA 6 is.
Mm-hmm.
GTA is just... Rockstar in general, GTA and Red Dead particularly, are just a part of too many people's childhoods.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I think I've rambled enough about GTA 6. I've talked about it to no end on multiple different episodes. Everyone knows I'm excited for it. Everyone else is either excited for it or don't care. It's like a 80-20 ratio.
Probably, yeah.
But, yeah, if you would like to tell another work story...
Indeed, yeah.
Before I start stuttering again and go back to StutterCast.
But yeah, the next work story that I'll be going through is... I think it was last weekend. It was on a Sunday, I know that. Something pretty funny happened. Actually, before I get into this, I think it was like either the Wednesday before or the Wednesday before that. It was a Wednesday, I know, because I was working with our buddy Mad Max. You'll never know his name except for the multiple times we've likely said it. But I was working with him, and I come in, and I was like, oh, hey, look, the ice machine in the back is fixed. Because the ice machine in the back has, like, it's been on and off working. On and off because it stops working, and then it gets fixed, and then it stops working, like, the next month.
Yeah.
And we just need a new one. But I don't think the owner has enough money to... I mean, and it's also, like, not, like, a necessity thing. If it was a necessity thing, we'd probably have a new one. But we have an ice machine out in the dining area, so we just use that. But whatever Wednesday it was, I come in, and I'm like, yo, the ice machine back here is working again. And it was epic, because it was really fucking annoying having to go out to the dining area all the time to get drinks whenever someone's in the drive-thru.
Yep.
And at first I was like, yeah, this is epic and awesome. But then, last Sunday, I come into work, and guess who showed up? The inspection person for our inspection.
Yep.
Which isn't horrible, but I mean, in all honesty, it really isn't that bad, because we do keep everything pretty good, you know. I mean, honestly, the biggest thing we lose points on is our opening hours aren't, like, it's like, you have to have like 81 hours a week or something, and we're like slightly below that. And I think that's like an automatic like 10-point deduction or some shit. So I don't think we can get over a 90. But we never usually go below like a B anyway. So we keep things good. You know, everything's clean, everything's safe. We keep our shit up to code. But it's still just really nerve-wracking having someone there, like, observing like your every movement to make sure you're doing stuff right. Even knowing that I'm doing doing things right, it's still just very nerve-wracking. So I don't like.
Yeah,
I don't like having
even
people there
working at 2 subways. I have never been at either one while there was an inspector.
Yeah. Same has gone for Mad Max. Actually, he kept telling me about that, and he's been, I think, Well, yeah, he's been working at
Maybe that means I do
Subway
a
in
better job.
general. Yeah. No, but it's I like not every inspection, but I've been there for probably most of the inspections we've had since I've been there, which is quite annoying. But one of the things that wasn't done was that really had my nerves off the freaking wall was our temperature logs. The people just don't like doing the temperatures in my Subway, which it's not like like not doing them isn't gonna like get someone sick or anything. It's just to keep the fucking inspection people happy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't done for that day. The Sunday it wasn't done because it's like AM and PM, but it's mostly just morning shift and night shift. We'll each fill out the temps for the day. So you take temps twice a day, and it wasn't done for either of them. Granted, I just got there, and it's kind of just common practice for, again, morning shift to do temps and then night shift to do temps individually, since it's two separate things. But I just got in there, so obviously the PM temps weren't done, but the AM temps weren't done either, because again, people don't really like doing them. So I, got me real nervous. But I activated fucking ultra epic super time mode, and I waited until the inspector went out to like start checking the all the food products that we have out in the display, or the Bane or whatever the fuck, and I took that time to swiftly forge the temps for the day. And I felt that was like probably the best inspection ever, because I felt it wasn't like anything significant, obviously, but I felt on top of the world after that one. Like that one had me real giddy, because at the end of the inspection, she was going over like all the stuff, gave us her score, and she was like, yeah, so we're gonna start off with like your best practices. And the very first thing she said, she was like, you guys are really on top of keeping your temperature logs. It's very good to see. And I'm just sitting there like, yep, I am.
Amen.
Flaunting my ego to myself in my head. But I mean, I feel like I do have a little bit of a right to have an ego about that, because if you go through the temperature logs for the past few months, most of the like, you put down your initials after you take the temperatures, most of the initials are mine. Like, genuinely, any given week I probably have like 4 days filled out, which might not sound like much, since I've just said I was there like every single day for the past like 3 weeks, but normally I work like 4 days a week, and I'm only doing night shift except for like the one morning shift, so I should really only be doing half of what I do for the temperatures, but I end up doing a lot more than that. So, but yeah, that got me feeling real nice that day. It was also the second thing that was listed as good practices was I was wearing my uniform, which is technically true. I had on the Subway shirt, the hat, but you're also supposed to have on an apron, which I did not have. And I was also wearing sweatpants, which isn't a bad thing, but it's... I think I did mention this before a while ago, because it's been a while since, but there was one time we didn't expect an inspection where I was bewildered because we lost points for the uniform thing, because I was wearing gray sweatpants.
Yeah.
And it was because they were gray that we lost points. It was also funny because they didn't care about the apron then either. Like, I think there was like one time they took points off for me not having an apron on, and that was like way in the past, but they have never Like, they genuinely do not give a fuck anymore. Like, no one cares that I'm not wearing an apron. But one of the funny things is also, part of my uniform is I wear yellow Crocs to work because I have a pair of Crocs and they're yellow, and you know it's summer now. It's a lot easier to just slip into Crocs, and I also just like wearing them, so I wear Crocs to work.
Well, isn't that
over the winter
all you've ever worn?
Oh, pretty much. But over the winter, I'll wear, like, I have a pair of sneakers I'll put on. But I mean, honestly, all I own is a pair of sneakers and a pair of Crocs. Like, I think I have, like, another pair of sneakers that are, like, really old and, like, fucking destroyed and worn out. But it's mainly just a pair of sneakers and a pair of Crocs. But both these times of inspection, I've been wearing Crocs. Both when I had the gray sweat, that's why it baffled me, because the first time when I had the gray sweatpants on, we got docked points for that. I didn't get docked points for not having my apron. I didn't get docked points for having fucking yellow Crocs on instead of, like, which, I mean, I guess is fine. The shoes don't really matter as much, especially since they were yellows, technically Subway colors, you know.
Yeah.
But it just, I found it very humorous. And I was wondering how funny it would be to show up to work one day with fucking bright yellow pants on and see if the inspection people docked points for that or not. Just come in fucking green it, like fucking lemon lime pants on.
You can come in just butt-ass naked.
yeah, there we go.
With, like, yellow body paint.
Well, you know, white, I think, is technically a Subway color, and with how much I sit in my room and never go outside, I'm pretty fucking white. So...
Yeah.
But it was... Again, I had these Crocs on for this past inspection. What was the other... Oh, yeah, there was one time we got docked points because of my ponytail. It was like... Oh, you can't have your ponytail at, like, below shoulder length or something like that. Which mine very solemnly goes below my shoulders. So that was, like, definitely, like, even at the time, I knew they were just fucking nitpicking for something to get us on.
Yeah.
But, of course, this time, not changing my ponytail at all, by the way. Did not change my ponytail before or after the time we got docked points. It's been the exact same every single time. But, of course, this time, didn't get docked points for it, because it wasn't a fucking issue in the first place. Yeah, that was a funny inspection time, which, that was... I still remember after that, after she left, I was, like, jumping up and down with joy. Like, I don't know why. It was just so fulfilling that, I fucking filled out the thing of temperatures for the day. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It was fun. That was probably like the only good work story I've ever told.
No.
Most of them are just either me getting angry or like some fucking crackhead walking in and telling my experience of dealing with them.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
That was like the one time there was like a good ending.
Yeah, my work stories are mostly either me getting angry because a customer is stupid, or me being really happy because a customer is stupid and it was really funny. My favorite one I've already told, I'm not going to tell it again, but the one with Mad Max where we were serving that old dude, and he came in with the printout of our website, a printed out screenshot of our website, and said, "Can I use this?"
Yeah, man.
Huh?
Yeah, you
Use
can
what?
use that. Fucking piece of paper.
Well, it was like
that reminded me
it was a screenshot of a apply for coupon button or some shit.
Yeah, the button.
Yeah.
Just says like a green apply button. That's it. Not even, you can't even tell it's on the Subway website. It's just a printout of the button. PNG.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why, but you mentioning like being happy at a customer stupidity reminded me of another very short story I have. It was basically just someone. It was just like I can't remember if it was an old lady or just an older lady, but she came in and she was asking, she was like, do you guys have the sun-dried bread? And I was like, or like, it was like sun-dried tomato bread, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Do you guys have the ball dip butt token?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we have that. We actually bake our bread, and then we put tomatoes on it and just fucking put it outside for a couple hours and let it dry up, and then we serve it. Because that's totally sanitary. We put it next to the dumpster as well to make sure it gets that
The
extra
juice,
sunlight.
the tan.
Yeah. It's actually where the sun's most prominent is by the dumpster, so we just put it there. We put it inside the dumpster, actually, because the metal of the dumpster reflects the heat and keeps it in.
Yep.
So, yeah, we'll get that ready for you. But I just remember standing there being like, I wasn't the one, like, at the meat part of the station. I was doing the vegetables, but I stood there, like, bewildered, like, really? Yeah, that's what you're asking for? Like, out of all the possible, like, bread options, like, we get people asking for, like, rye bread or fucking sourdough or some shit. You come in here asking for sun-dried tomato bread, like, that's the bread you want? Like, okay, really?
That's what I want.
That's what I want.
I want it that way.
Yeah, I want it that. I mean, you know, that's one of the Subway
That's what the Backshot boys said.
Eat fresh. Yep. Freak boys.
Freaky boys.
Freaky boys.
The Stink
Get 'em in
boys
here.
said that too. That's us.
Yeah, and we did just say that, so that is true.
Exactly. That's a fact. You can look it up. They don't
Look
know
it
I'm
up on
lying to
Google.
them. Can you believe them? They believe
Well,
me.
you're not lying.
What?
Telling the utmost truth.
Why would you lie to me?
Because you're lying to them.
So dumb. Oh, get away!
Yeah.
All right.
You want to customs being stupid and trying to come after me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have one more work story. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add, or any
Go
other
ahead.
stories you have before I tell that. But yeah, the final work story I have here, unless I remember any others, happened actually just today. And it's honestly, it kind of goes a little. I mean, it doesn't go a little beyond just a work story, but I'm going to make it go a little bit beyond a work story because it is about a person actually that I've met before. Not before I worked, but outside of work. Back when I was still in high school, I think it was my 11th grade year, we got out for the summer, and over the summer I decided to take this, like, I think it was like it was like a 3-week long, like, course sort of thing. And it was actually a sort of like class on AI. And this was like, I think this was either right before or just as like the big development happened with AI that like really fucking pushed it forward and made the world good as shit. But
So this was like a little bit after the Will Smith eating spaghetti.
I think so. Yeah, actually, I think it was like pretty much right around there because I think that was shown like in the class. Like, look what just happened recently.
Yeah.
But I could just be completely wrong. But I that's what I believe, and that's what I'm gonna stick to. But yeah, we took this like 3-week, or I took it with a good buddy of mine, actually, Niall Waller.
Oh, that's
I don't know
great.
if we said it. But I took it with him, and it was 3 weeks long. But it was sort of like similar to like a class or like the school style thing where it's like it's 3 weeks long, but we had the weekends off. And I think it was something like 11 a.m. to 1 or something, or not 1. Like I think it was like 2. It wasn't as long as a school day, but it was. I definitely enjoyed it a lot more than I did school, even though it was a class, and I didn't really care about what was being taught. Honestly, I didn't. I signed up for it because I was like, yeah, whatever, AI, and then I got there and I was like, I mean, AI is like not that cool, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was still like I think honestly the reason I signed up because it was like, yeah, you get something for it. I think it was like a little bit of money, and I think it was I don't remember how much, but it was like X amount of money, and then like I got like a laptop or something. It was like really fucking dog shit, shitty laptop. I still have it somewhere, but it's like the bottom of the fucking barrel laptop.
Yeah.
Got to keep that. But yeah, took that class.
So.
And
here's your prize: a laptop you can borrow for this course and this course only, and then you have to give it back.
Yeah.
Also, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's such a piece of shit. I went through like fucking 4 of them. Like, they kept just fucking breaking. And I know, like, I have a history of breaking shit, but I also have a history of shit just randomly breaking. And even this was beyond that, because it didn't happen to just me. It also happened to my buddy Niall. And like both of us went through multiple laptops. Actually, everyone there. It wasn't that many people. It was like 6 people total, including me and Niall, that were taking the class, and then the teacher. But 6 people going through like 4 laptops over the course of like 3 weeks. Like, well, like they were the worst laptops of all time. It was awful. Was it 6 or was it 5? I think it was actually 5 people. Yeah, it was only 5 people. But not that matters. But looping back around to the work story, you might be thinking, well, who was it? Who was this mystery person that you met outside of work, and are they related to this completely random story you brought up? And yes, they are. In fact, it was the teacher of that course. He came in today at Subway. He didn't recognize me, and I barely recognized him. I recognized him as he was leaving, in fact, because he placed an order, and it was like the mobile order had his name, and he came in, he was like, yeah, order for whatever. And as he was leaving, I was like, wait, no, I think I seem familiar. And then I remember his name. I was like, oh, shoot, that's the guy from the fucking AI course I took. And the reason I'm bringing this up is not because I met this guy again. But the reason I bring this up as a work story is he ordered probably the most vile sandwich I think I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was fucking disgusting. Which, I mean, I've had the question asked, like, what's the most vile sandwich you've had to make? And honestly, there might have been worse, but I never really remembered it because I didn't really care to. But this definitely stuck with me because I don't remember the exact order verbatim, but I remember exactly what kind of threw me off about it. So the sandwich was a foot long. Well, it was a foot long, but because it was like an order placed through, I think it was placed through DoorDash. It was like a pickup order, but through DoorDash. So the person who placed the order came to pick it up, and there's like this weird deal that's going on through, it's not weird, but it's a deal that's going on through DoorDash and I think Uber Eats, where if you buy like a 6-inch sandwich, you get a second one for free. And I'm not sure entirely how it works, because most of what I've seen is just people ordering 2 of the exact same 6-inch to make like just a foot long, basically. So I don't know if it's like you can get 2 different ones. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's the deal. But so you got a foot long sandwich. I forget what bread. It was probably like Italian nuts and cheese. I think it was like provolone cheese, and then you got tuna, which is the first red flag. Subway tuna, which there's not really much I don't like at Subway. I think the only things that I like do not like and will never like are the black olives and probably just throw up everywhere mid-story.
It's black olives. You just have to think about them.
They're so bad. I mean, honestly, if I like was forced to eat more than like 3 of them, that's probably what my reaction would be. But also jalapenos. I don't know what it is about spicy peppers. I can tolerate the spice just fine, but the flavor of the pepper itself is fucking vile. Like, it is. Yeah. It's just.
But then you have our wonderful banana peppers, and those are fucking
baller.
They're baller as fuck.
Oh yeah, those I'll eat. But it's really just the black olives and jalapenos I don't like. Even the tuna. Like I'm not a big fan of it. I've tried it a few times, and it's not something I would willingly like order. but it's like if it was the only thing there, I could eat it.
Yeah.
I think if I forced myself to eat the Subway tuna for like 2 or 3 weeks, I would probably start enjoying it. Maybe not enjoy it, but I could tolerate it a bit better. Get accustomed to the taste. But beyond that, I don't really care for it. But a lot of people do not like it. So, that was the first layer to this sandwich that this man has created. And then it was toasted, and then this is where I was like, okay, you're a freak.
Yep.
I think I even was like, as I was making the sandwich, I like verbally was like, "This is disgusting." Like my coworker was like, "Oh, really?" Like, I had to look at the receipt and be like, "Oh," because first thing was, well, we put the dressings on first, so it was mayonnaise. Okay, that's normal. I mean, we mixed the fucking tuna with the mayo. I mean, it's perfectly fine. Second thing was yellow mustard, which, like, really just fucking.
There is only
again,
two things I will eat just regular yellow mustard on. And it's hot dogs and cheeseburgers.
Pretty much, yeah. Same.
Anything else that has mustard 10 miles near it has to be honey mustard. I can't fucking stand yellow mustard in any other context.
Yeah, it's definitely a strong flavor.
Very overpowering. You can't put you can't put as much mustard as you put ketchup.
Oh no!
Because then you will have 3 times as much mustard taste as ketchup.
Oh yeah.
But together, in the right ratio. Now that's good.
Indeed. Oh. But yeah, I've seen people get yellow mustard on the tuna before, so I think it's like a fucking thing.
But I just like registered that.
Yeah.
I actually thought about it. Voice crack.
Tuna and yellow mustard, and then to top it all off, marinara sauce. What? You're getting tuna, yellow mustard, and marinara? Like, I don't like. I think if I put that in my mouth, I think that's like the fastest way to get me to vomit. Like I don't understand how that could be a possible combination that anyone can possibly enjoy. Let alone someone I personally know. Yet, granted, I don't keep in contact with them. I haven't talked to this person since that AI camp thing. But it was like, it's also the first. Like that was just boggled my mind. And then I think he just got like a shit ton of like other vegetables on it. Probably getting black olives on it as well to just fucking seal the fucking deal, as if it wasn't horrible enough. But I was baffled by the sandwich, and to have the person picking it up be someone I know was even more crazy on top of that.
Yeah, no, that's insane. But what if, like, so I agree with you that is a Lovecraftian horror level awful sandwich. Like, that is...
Yeah.
That is...
Only HP Lovecraft could make
eldritch.
up a sandwich like this.
Yeah. But what if it's the best thing you've ever tasted?
Hell no.
So, at one point, my professor that I had for broadcast journalism, he
Exploded.
he gave us a hypothetical where, like, okay, if I gave everyone here, I forget what kind of bologna it was. It was a very
Dog shit
specific...
bologna.
Yeah. It was a very specific kind of bologna, and on its own, it's very good. It's really good. And it's like a specialty item. You can't, like, pick it up in bulk.
Mm-hmm.
But if I gave you guys a rolled up piece of bologna, this bologna, with, what the fuck? But anyway,
Is his wife playing the game?
Yeah. Well, no, it's a woman. It's a female professor.
Oh, okay, well then it's her husband playing the game.
I guess, yeah. Oh, fuck.
Oh!
That completely threw me off. Yeah, if I gave you guys bonus points, would you eat this bologna with peanut butter in it? And a few people were like, yeah, probably. I was one of them. And it's not like I was in a place where I needed bonus points. I was doing very well in this class. But still, it's bonus points. And then he pulls out a Tupperware container full of that exact thing. And it looked as unappealing as it sounds. The oil from the bologna and the grease from the bologna and the oil from the peanut butter looked really bad together. It was not a pleasant looking combination.
Yeah.
But it actually wasn't bad. I won't say it was even good, because I didn't think it was anything really remarkable. There were a few people in the class that just couldn't do it. They refused to take a bite out of it. And I can't say I blame them.
Yeah.
But, I ate mine and I got my bonus points.
Yeah.
And again, I expected it to be, like, really bad, because meat and peanut butter is not... No. That's... No. Just no.
Michael Jackson burger.
What?
Michael Jackson burger. He did like a... I think it was Michael Jackson. He did like a...
Might be thinking of Elvis.
That's what it is, yeah. I was like, no, there's someone else. It was a singer.
He died.
But yeah, it was like some sort of... It was like peanut butter jelly bacon burger or something like that.
Yeah, that was Elvis. I don't think that's the right combination.
Yeah.
That was Elvis.
Yeah. Just showing off my incredible memory skills.
Yeah.
Nailing every detail to the exact detail.
Something or other, anyway.
Fucking
Is that
whatever,
one
you
game
know?
with the bear? Freddy 5 Fart Hose, something or other.
Yeah, Freddy fuck.
Freddy fuck sucks a whore. Fuck sucks.
Yeah, no, I think peanut butter and meat wouldn't be as bad as tuna, yellow mustard, and marinara.
Yeah, no, that's awful. I just realized one of the dudes named my game is Hadron's Lubricator. Hadron is a character in the game.
Yeah.
It's a interesting choice.
Yeah.
This mission is very performance intensive. Frame rate's dropping quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, you got any other stories for the
I do
episode?
not. Do you?
No, I think I'm pretty much out, because the only thing else I had down was like talk about streaming, but I mean, we should talk about there. I already touched on that a little bit earlier, and that's pretty much all I needed to do.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good place to end it off for today's episode. Thank you,
Indeed.
person, for watching.
Singular viewer.
Yeah, thank you to you specifically, the one person watching to the very end. This outro is specifically for you today. No other outro is going to be like this. This one is specifically for you. So I hope you enjoy this outro. I hope you enjoy our main channel videos, because I know for a fact that you came from there, because there's no way you found this podcast channel and was like, yeah, I'll watch that, and not like actual good edited videos by these people, but the like slightly edited podcast that they do every week. I'm going to watch that sometimes every week. But thank you for watching anyway.
Indeed.
If you're not already in our Discord, you can go ahead and join that for free. Link is in our YouTube bio. That's a pretty cool place to be. Sorry. I just completely blanked on the out. Holy fuck! Wow.
Yeah?
Just forgot the entire outro apparently.
It happens.
What? Okay, wait. Main channels, the Discord, Patreon doesn't matter. Don't even bother mentioning that. Make a reference to only one person watching. I don't remember what I'm missing from the checklist here. Well, I guess that's pretty much the outro. Sorry to make it such a short outro for the one person specifically watching that I'm making this an outro specifically for. I'm sorry that's a lackluster outro, but thank you for watching. Hope to see you next week. And you got anything else to add at the end here?
No. Other than Joe, you're a nice guy.
Thank you, man. You're a nice guy too.
Just kidding.